November 11th marks exactly 1 year since Ruben set foot in England and walked into Carrington for the very first time.
Hi guys, how are you? You okay? I'm just telling you now. So you are playing, on the bench.
A date that silently marks the beginning of a revolution at Manchester United.
We are getting better. That is, I think, everyone can see. We are getting better. We are getting that feeling. If we cannot win, at least we are not going to lose.
12 months ago, the club was a disaster. 14th in the Premier League table, 11 points from 9 matches, a negative goal difference, and a locker room divided by frustration and chaos.
We are being the worst team, maybe, in history of Manchester United. I know that you want headlines, but I'm saying that because we have to acknowledge that and to change that. So here we go, your headlines.
Today, the picture is different. Not perfect, but unmistakably transformed. United now sit 7th with 18 points from 11 games. And for the first time in years, they look like a team with a heartbeat again. But make no mistake, the road here has been brutal. Amram's era began surrounded by controversy and tension. Marcus Rashford's exile, a smashed dressing room TV, Rasmus Højlund's forced departure, a humiliating 15th place finish, and that haunting 1,000-yard stare in Bilbao that seemed to symbolize a club on the edge of collapse. Yet out of that chaos, something began. Something dark, calculated, and ruthless. Because today, the poet, as Cristiano Ronaldo once called him, has changed everything.
I want you guys to continue with the narrative that you are, so don't change that. That is best for me. So I will not now increase the goal or whatever. No, you continue now with the same narrative. What we need to do is try to win 3 games in a row and then forget about the top 4, top 6.
Amram has built a team that doesn't just play football. It hunts, suffocates, and breaks opponents piece by piece. 5 matches unbeaten, and not just any 5. He destroyed Sunderland, the team even Arsenal couldn't beat. He outclassed Liverpool with a tactical masterclass against Arne Slot. He broke Chelsea's rhythm with surgical precision. And he stood toe-to-toe with Tottenham, pulling out a late draw born entirely of grit and belief. What Amram has done goes beyond tactics. It's cultural. He's rebuilt the soul of the club, teaching every player what it means to wear the Manchester United shirt.
If you are not working, if you are lazy going training, he's not like him.
He'll kill you.
Yeah, he will kill you.
He's been ruthless in his decisions, sending away Onana, who was dragging down United's prestige, and betting everything on Sen Lamens, a fearless young goalkeeper who's now the best shot stopper in Europe. He demanded intelligence in recruitment, bringing in proven Premier League quality like Brian Mbemo and Mateus Cunha, players with fire in their veins and purpose in their play.
Brought down by Casemiro. Casemiro through to Cunha. Cunha!
And then there's his system, a tactical architecture perfectly tailored to his squad, maintaining the same essence that defined his success in Portugal. It's the kind of balance only the elites can achieve. Discipline without rigidity. Chaos without losing control. This season, Amram's mission is crystal clear: to bring Manchester United back to the Champions League, not through nostalgia or luck, but through method, identity, and power.
That is the goal. Be naive is to think that we are going to do this season or are going to be the best contender for the next season. So I know that in this moment everybody knows everything. So I know that, and this is really easy. I was a pundit when I finished my career, so I know it's really easy. Our goal is to win the Premier League.
Because when you look closely at how this team now plays, how it moves, and how it believes again, you realize something bigger is at play. The new game plan of Ruben Amorim isn't just smart, it's sinister, it's efficient, it's evil. To understand how Ruben Amorim transformed Manchester United, we first need to understand just how bad things really were when he arrived. Goodison Park, February 22nd, a cold, grey afternoon that would become symbolic of the chaos United were drowning in. By halftime, they were 2-0 down to Everton, after goals from Beto and Abdoulaye Doucouré ripped through what looked less like a team and more like a collection of lost players.
Beto's got Harrison in space. Here is Jack Harrison. Good save from Onana. Can't do anything about the...
Amorim later admitted bluntly, "We did not exist in that first half." Inside the dressing room, the silence was suffocating. Amorim, known for being concise in his halftime talks, didn't even speak. He simply walked out and sat on the floor in the corridor, head down, staring at the tiles while Everton staff watched in confusion. The task of lifting the players fell to Darren Fletcher, who tried desperately to pull the team together while their manager gathered himself outside. That day became a metaphor for what Amorim had inherited: a broken side, emotionally drained, disconnected, and devoid of belief. Months later, after that shocking Carabao Cup elimination to League 2 Grimsby Town, Amorim confessed publicly, "Sometimes I want to quit. Sometimes I hate my players." It wasn't arrogance, it was pain. The pain of a man who felt every mistake, every collapse, every wasted opportunity as if it were his own. But even in the darkness of that Everton match, there was a spark. Bruno Fernandes, furious at the humiliation, dragged his team back almost by himself. United clawed their way to a 2-2 draw, fueled by his sheer refusal to lose.
Striking it right-footed and into the bottom right-hand corner.
That moment didn't just rescue a point, it reignited something deeper. It was proof that even amid chaos, there was still fight. And for Amorim, that was all he needed to believe that Manchester United could be rebuilt. When he first warned, "A storm is coming," few understood what he meant. But now, looking back, it's clear the storm wasn't the chaos he inherited. It was the transformation he was about to unleash. The transformation of Manchester United under Ruben Amorim didn't happen by accident. It was engineered piece by piece. From the boardroom to the training ground, every move had a purpose. Amorim demanded players who could not only execute his system, but embody the club's new mentality. That's why the arrivals of Bryan Mbeumo and Matheus Cunha were crucial. Two Premier League proven warriors, players with intensity, intelligence, and a genuine love for the game. Their presence instantly lifted the atmosphere at Carrington and raised the competitive level of every training session. Then came the master stroke, a goalkeeper with nerves of steel, Sen Lamens, to restore stability to the backline, and a generational forward, Benjamin Sesko, the future of United's attack. Tall, powerful, and lethal when given space. Amorim didn't just change faces, he changed structure. He appointed a 6-man leadership group: Fernandes, Maguire, Hedon, Lisandro Martinez, Mazraoui, and Dalot, empowering them to handle discipline, communication, and the culture inside the dressing room. It was his way of rebuilding United from within, ensuring leadership came not only from the bench, but from the pitch itself. Tactically, the heart of Amorim's evolution has been his bold switch to a 3-4-2-1 formation, the same system that brought him success at Sporting. United's management knew what they were signing up for, a calculated recalibration, one that would take time, but could redefine how the team plays. Still, the progress hasn't been without setbacks. One of United's biggest issues remains their lack of finishing efficiency. Despite the talent at their disposal, they still record the lowest shot conversion rate in the league, with 9.6%. Mbeumo's powerful header against Tottenham was his 7th goal of the season. Proof of his impact, but too often, United dominate the build-up only to waste chances in the final third. The inefficiency piles pressure on a defense still learning to hold its shape. Moments of fragility remain, like when Nottingham Forest scored twice in 102 seconds. Or when Tottenham struck twice in just 7 minutes. But even with those lapses, the numbers tell a different story. This United is not the same as before. In fact, only Bournemouth and Brighton have won possession in the final third more times than Amram's United. They rank third in the entire Premier League for recoveries, and that right there is the secret. Because behind the formation, behind the new faces and leadership groups, lies the essence of Amram's plan. A system built on pressure, aggression, and dominance. And that, my friends, is the key to why this new Manchester United is starting to look so dangerous. Manchester United are finally starting to take shape under Ruben Amorim. And 11 games into the 2025-26 Premier League season, the changes are beginning to show, especially tactically. One of Amorim's boldest adjustments has been his use of Saint-Maximin's long distribution. Instead of insisting on short build-up play, United now play more directly, minimizing defensive errors and avoiding risky passes near their own box. The result is a more compact and synchronized team, with defensive and midfield lines moving up together whenever Lamens launches it long. This structure has helped United win more second balls, concede fewer counterattacks, and maintain better spacing, particularly effective against pressing heavy sides like Liverpool and Brighton. And here's where the numbers revealed the truth behind Amorim's philosophy. When United had over 50% possession, they played 23 games, winning only 5, drawing 4, and losing 14, an average of 0.83 points per game. But when they have under 50% possession, they've played 14 matches with 7 wins, 4 draws, and just 3 losses, averaging a far superior 1.79 points per game. This is not a coincidence. It's a pattern that stretches beyond this season, proof that United perform better when they don't dominate the ball. It's not a statistical quirk. It's the embodiment of Amorim's game model. At his press conference before facing Nottingham Forest, Amorim explained his philosophy with surgical clarity. We want to build up, to push opponents, to have space to score goals. If the space is there, it's a numbers game. If there are 3 players against 3 up front, and I have Ben, Cunha, and Brian, I'll play the ball in 2 passes. He wants efficiency football, boiled down to its most lethal form. I want to score goals in 2 passes, he added. Sometimes you have to build up, but my job is to teach my players which kind of game to play in each situation. I don't want them building up with too many touches. It's direct, aggressive football with a purpose. Score first, then control. Once United take the lead, they don't chase possession, they manipulate it. Amorim knows that in modern football, the team that scores first controls the rhythm. We saw it clearly in the win over Liverpool. After some chaotic head tennis in midfield, Bruno Fernandes pounced on the second ball, spotted Amad Diallo's run down the right, and in 2 passes, Mbemo scored. From end to end in seconds, Amorim's blueprint executed perfectly. Once ahead, United sat compact, absorbing pressure while forcing Arne Slot's Liverpool to push higher and expose space behind. That's Amorim's version of control. Less ball, more danger. Against deep, defensive opponents, however, the challenge flips. United's directness loses bite when space vanishes, forcing them to grind down compact lines, a scenario that blunts their explosive transitions. Defensively, Amorim has refined his press. His early 5-2-3 left too much distance between midfield and attack. Now with Luke Shaw stepping into midfield during pressing, the team forms a temporary 4-3-3, closing gaps and improving coverage. When they defend deep, Amorim shifts to a 5-4-1, giving United wider protection, though issues remain, especially defending crosses and back post situations. Despite the numbers showing a slightly worse expected goals balance when Manchester United have less of the ball, Ruben Amorim isn't losing any sleep over it. For him, the story isn't in the raw data, it's in where those shots come from. As long as opponents are being forced to shoot from distance or from wide positions, and his side continues to carve out high-quality chances, Amorim believes the trade-off is worth it. That's the essence of his philosophy. Control without possession. United don't need to dominate the ball to dominate the match. They need to dictate the spaces, the transitions, and the rhythm. And crucially, Amorim's direct approach doesn't change depending on the opposition. Whether facing Manchester City or a bottom-half team like Burnley, United continue to play long, vertical football. The data backs it up. The percentage of long passes this season has increased almost across every fixture compared to 2024-25. The message is clear. The Red Devils are built to strike fast, hit hard, and punish mistakes. Sound familiar? It should. Manchester United fans have seen echoes of this before. Jose Mourinho, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, and even Erik ten Hag all leaned on transitional football at one point in their tenures. Quick counters, aggressive recoveries, and direct attacks. Ten Hag even went so far as to declare he wanted to make United the best transition team in the world. Amram's approach feels like an evolution of that same concept. Not a rejection of the past, but a refined, more modern version of it. He's arrived at this formula for the same reasons his predecessors did. It fits his players. It works against elite opponents like Liverpool and Chelsea. And perhaps, most importantly, it reconnects with the club's DNA. Because when Manchester United play fast, fearless, and ferocious football, that's when they look like Manchester United again. The reason this Manchester United side is finally clicking is simple. Ruben Amorim has found players performing at an elite level in every single area of the pitch. Each one has a clear role, and that clarity has turned United into a well-oiled, intelligent, and dangerous machine. Starting from the back, Sen Lamens has been a complete game changer. There are two main reasons for that. First, he's an outstanding shot stopper. Just look at his miraculous save against Tottenham, or his technically perfect display against Brighton.
And Manchester United have got almost every player back. Shot comes in.
In one-on-ones, he's almost unbeatable, as shown against Sunderland
Для того, чтобы совершенно точно эту игру завершить, Ламе
and Alexander Isak.
Kanate looks to thread a pass through. What a brilliant ball that is to Isak.
But that's only half the story. Lamens is also excellent with both feet, which is vital for Amorim's system. The goal against Liverpool started from one of his pinpoint long passes, perfectly symbolizing the team's new vertical identity. On top of that, he dominates the air, giving the whole backline huge confidence. Crosses are no longer a panic moment at Old Trafford. This calm has allowed Matthijs de Ligt to thrive. The Dutch defender has become this Premier League's top player in ball recoveries and defensive duels won.
Calafiori, Ødegaard in the penalty area, looks to get across in couple of commitments.
His leadership, aggressiveness, composure on the ball, and aerial strength, including that last-minute header against Tottenham, have made him the cornerstone of Amorim's defense. When paired with Lenny Yoro or Harry Maguire, United looks solid for long stretches. Meanwhile, Luke Shaw and Yoro have been key, tactically stepping forward to compress space and keep the midfield compact. It's risky, but effective. In fact, 2 of Brighton's 4 goals came precisely from moments when Shaw pushed too high. Proof of both the system's ambition and its growing pains. In midfield, Bruno Fernandes remains the heart and the brain. He dictates tempo, sets the rhythm, and delivers when it matters most. He's become United's ultimate clutch player, scoring a 90th minute penalty against Burnley.
12 yards the distance from the penalty spot. To the back of the net!
Netting against Chelsea. And providing last-minute assists to beat Liverpool. And draw with Tottenham. His leadership drives the team forward. Next to him, Casemiro looks reborn. His long balls are sharper than ever, his positioning flawless, and he's already scored 3 times this season. Amorim's use of longer distribution has helped the veteran Brazilian manage his physical effort, and it's working brilliantly. But Amorim's master stroke lies up front. From the start, his recruitment strategy was crystal clear. Bring in explosive, vertical, technically gifted finishers. And that's exactly what he got in Bryan Mbeumo, Benjamin Sesko, and Matheus Cunha. The trio fits his plan perfectly. Win long balls, fight for second chances, and create danger quickly. Because of United's system, the midfield isn't built for slow possession. Instead, the forward's ability to win duels allows Bruno and Amad Diallo to pick up loose balls closer to goal and turn them into chances. This approach has unlocked a lethal partnership between Mbeumo and Amad. Diallo, playing on the right as an inverted winger, has one clear order from Amorim: take on your man, cut inside, and shoot. Against Sunderland, he nearly scored a stunner, and he's become a constant threat. He's also built a fantastic understanding with Mbeumo, who's in the form of his life. 6 goals and 1 assist so far, including that towering header against Tottenham. Mbemo has become the perfect link between midfield and attack. Sesko has assisted him. Bruno has found him with the ghost pass.
Aiden Heaven, going to fight this back. Brian Mbeumo in the penalty area, finishes it off!
And Ahmad too. The chemistry is electric. Then there's Cunha and Sesko, the soldiers of Amorim's system. Cunha is the definition of relentless, the player who runs the most, presses the hardest, and never stops fighting. He's the kind of forward every manager dreams of. He creates space, wins duels, holds up play, scores, assists, and defends like a warrior.
Diogo Dalot, then a tackle comes in from Matheus Cunha.
Against Brighton, he scored 1 and covered every blade of grass. Versus Liverpool, he was everywhere, winning the corner that led to Maguire's goal. Sesko, meanwhile, represents Amorim's long-term vision. He's already scored an assist in the Premier League, but what stands out most is his professionalism. He's the kind of player United have been desperate for. Humble, disciplined, and obsessed with improvement. He arrives at Carrington at 8 every morning, uses the hyperbaric chamber, stays late for recovery, and even practices meditation to stay calm and focused. His attitude is spreading through the entire squad. This is the new culture Amorim has built, one of discipline, clarity, and hard work. The chaos is gone. The dressing room feels stable again, and the results prove it. Amorim has revived the spirit of classic English football. Direct, intense, emotional, and ruthless. And this version of Manchester United is not just competitive, it's dangerous. They're taking down serious opponents. Sunderland, Chelsea, Liverpool, Tottenham. Not by luck, but through structure, mentality, and sheer will. So yes, Ruben Amorim's new game plan is truly evil because it's working, it's smart, and it's bringing back the Manchester United everyone feared.